Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Oprelia, and today we're going to be looking into a new AI tool. This one's called Magi-1 or Magi-1. Is it Magi or Magi? Well, let me know in the comments. And this is the first auto-regressive video model with top-tier quality. But I can certainly say that the quality is indeed very, very good. And this is actually only image to video, so there's no text to video available with this model. And there's a good documentation here on Hugging Face about the model and the research paper. And it's actually prompting out relatively fast. I think it's very good quality. And there's also support for multitude of different dimensions as well. So it's not limited to 9:16 or 16:9. Basically, you can import any form of an image inside and it will give you pretty good results regardless of that. So let's go into the actual dashboard over here, and you will be getting 500 free credits when you sign up, and per second cost is going to be 10 credits. So basically 3-second video is going to be costing you 30 credits. And then there's a $10 model, which is basically the cheapest one over here. Okay, this is the monthly one. So per year is obviously getting you 20% discount, which is very standard over here. The Pro model is pretty hefty on its price. It's like 4 times the Plus model over here. 1,500 credits is not really that much in my opinion. But then again, if I compare to what we recently talked about, Kling 2.0, I mean, certainly this is cheaper to that alternative. Now let's kind of look into what I was able to prompt out here. I tried to do a bit of anime, a bit of real life footage. So basically when you import this thing, the first image, you have the plus sign, and here you can basically enter the prompt, duration, time, and how many variations you want. Do you want to enhance the prompt? And do you want high quality? High quality is going to be costing you double the credits. And here is the end result over here. This was one of those generated things, and I think it's a bit obviously because she's raising up and there's going to be distortion, so this is not actually a very, very good clip. But in terms of the quality, it didn't drop. So here's another one that I tried out. This one, in terms of movement, a lot more better, but a lot of distortion in the actual fingers over here. And obviously, because this is like a translucent or whatever it's actually, I don't think it's translucent. There's another name for this right now. Iridescent, I think is the word. And it's not really, those colors are moving there on the clothing. So that's kind of like not very, very good. So once again, this one had no prompt whatsoever. So that's maybe usually the way to go. Then I have the actual thumbnail of this video. So I wanted to see like, okay, maybe it's getting a bit of a like mixed results on the actual real life stuff, how the anime works. And here we have the character moving out of the frame and then appearing on the actual mirror. That was very, very funny. But the actual movement here is not too bad. You can definitely see it's a bit choppy. But here in terms of the movement of the mouth is not too bad. And that was also an enhanced prompt. But here we have more like a much, much better end result here in terms of like movement. Now, before we show the other ones, since this takes a bit of time, maybe 3 minutes to prompt, I'm going to be uploading something here. So I took this from Sora, and we're going to be trying to do a prompt here. So let's try to do 3 seconds over here. And I'm going to be pasting out this exotic camera angle thing. And then I'm going to be enhancing it. I'm going to try also that same thing for 5 seconds without high quality to kind of see how does that look like, because I haven't looked into the non-high quality. So we're talking about 4 minutes. Yesterday when I was prompting, we were talking about maybe 1 minute. So that is the queue time. That is not actually the prompt time. So in some cases, okay, here we have the lower prompt is taking a lot less to go on. But let me show you some of the other images here. And I think these turn out to be probably the best. So here I have an empty prompt on this rabbit. And I think this is really good. Like sometimes I just want to like see the proof of concept for very slow minimalistic movements. Like people might want to have a form of like a wallpaper for phone or something like that. And I don't want a really too busy elements going on, like something very loopy and something like very good. And I have to say, this is a pretty damn good quality. But one of the things, if you keep looking at this, it starts out blurry here on the beginning, and then actually the image or the video quality starts to sharpen out. So the quality is not persistent in the beginning of this video, and the sharpening comes into an effect on after a couple of frames. So this is something that I've noticed to happen with Magi. And here's another one where you're going to see the exact same thing. And this one also was a very terrific prompt. We have a bit of slow movement. Okay, bit on the lower body. It's like, okay, is she trying to go to the bathroom or something? I don't know. Or maybe there's like some type of like a shock happening inside her body, take a bullet on the ass, or I don't know. But it's like in terms of when we look at the upper body here, like the hair and the robot in the background, there's a bit of rain going on. Not consistent rain, but I mean, I like this quality. And just to go back into again, in this beginning, we see that it's a bit more blurrier, and then we go into the 1 second mark, and you can see the video is getting sharper. Obviously now you're watching like a compressed YouTube video, so you're maybe not able to see it. Maybe I can put this on top screen, but you can definitely see that there's a sharpening happening middle of the video. It almost comes in two different grades over here. So that's something that is kind of annoying. Maybe that can be done with post-processing. I'm not really sure. Then we have Beaver, and this is also from, no, actually this is not from Sora. And this actually didn't do any animation on the first time, but 4 seconds on it. And here I have another one, and I tried to okay, the beaver's trying to move out the actual tail, and now the hand turns into a tail or something. Okay, the water behind it is okay, that movement is somewhat good, but not super consistent. So it's not like the most perfect AI model we're seeing, but in terms of getting free credits is not too bad. So here we have the first cat thing, and we have actually pretty exotic movements over here. There's a lot of loss of quality, it feels like the character is turning into, a lot of quality is being lost. And I mean, this is kind of a hard thing to work with because there's so much of little details in the fur. But maybe if I would have done this on a bit more 3D blocky type of things. But we are seeing that, I mean, holy shit, this prompt is long. It did a very long prompt here. But it's kind of doing the exotic camera angles that I was trying to do over here. So not too bad. And this is a lower quality video. So the other one basically is still prompting out. But there is no gallery inside this platform. So we're not able to see what other people are doing. In terms of their Twitter, I went to look at it. There was no sharing of the content that was done. And the hugging face doesn't really come out with any form of, any form of... And the thing is, this is open source, guys. So this is pretty big. Anybody can now use this. And you can do actually very good quality stuff with it. Maybe you can run it locally on your computer. And, if you do enough attempts, you are going to be eventually getting pretty good results what you're going to be trying to prompt. But, okay, it's queuing still. And let's go back into actually here, and let's try to do another prompt out of this one as well. I wanted to see, can we actually do... So the maximum is 10 seconds dancing. And you can actually remove the enhanced prompting. Let's see what we'll be doing for number one. But I don't really have much else to add here about Magi. I think this is another one that you can try for free. As I said, you're going to be getting 500 credits. So we're talking about what we have done, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I'm talking about 15 videos or something, depending on the seconds that you're going to be using and the quality. So I think it's a pretty good deal in terms of testing it out. In the price contrast, we're talking about 1,500 credits. So that's not too much. You're getting 500 credits on top of that, which are the free ones. So 2,000. And you're going to be getting high priority and commercial use, and the watermark is obviously not there. It's weird that some of these companies are just using AI on the top corner as a watermark instead of having their project there, because that would help to actually drive customers oh, this is Magi, that's the watermark. But whatever. And the other things here are not giving you anything more beneficiary, the Pro or the Premium plan. The Pro is 4 times the price, but it's only 9,000 credits, which is 30% more credits. So the Pro model in terms of the credits is not too bad, and then you can obviously buy flat credits here as well. And I guess these might be even better than the monthly plans when you think about it. But yeah, you obviously probably want the watermarks out. You can use AI to get rid of them. And the commercial use is very important to some of the people who want to sell stuff, movies or stock footage and things like that. And real-time generation feature access, that seems interesting. What exactly that is, well, remains to be seen. But let's see if actually that video has finally, okay, hasn't finished. So I'm gonna just wrap up the video over here. Make sure to check out my other stuff on the channel. I have featured a lot of different video AI and image prompters in the recent days and weeks, and a lot of gems out there. So things are getting more affordable, they're getting more better. It's just like we're getting a really good deals as consumers and creators in the space. But as always, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, and I will be seeing you in the next video when it will be dropping out.